we're not going to talk about this too much. Guys, it has been a minute. It is the 25th right now when you're going to be seeing this video. Hopefully, if you watch it the day it comes out. It's like 1 o'clock already. And I just want to go over the future of what this channel is going to look like and where I've been for the past 3 months. 3 weeks, not 3 months. Because they have not gone to what I thought my plan would be. But I feel like you deserve to know what's been happening these past 3 weeks. And for me, I want to make an easy video because sometimes just getting the momentum started and making one video will help you to make the next, and then the next, and then the next. So, if it's any indication as to how this past weeks have been going, I'm actually going to have to go into the App Store and re-download the YouTube Studio app. Luckily, as you'll see over the next couple weeks as I release videos about how much money I've been making over this time, my revenue hasn't decreased as much as you would think that it would because I've been able to build up some relatively passive income streams, which is really nice. But if I head into the YouTube Studio app right now, sign into my channel, over this time we surpassed 6,000 subscribers, but the last video was from 20 days and 22 hours ago, so probably almost exactly 3 weeks from when this video will go live. So if we go all the way back to April 4th, I think it was, so almost a full month, I really haven't done anything for YouTube, and you already know that for the past 3 months I haven't done anything for Amazon, and we're still not going to talk about the shipment that's literally under my bed. Probably like right here. Currently, Chris and I are in Vegas, but we've been doing a ton since April 4th. So guess you just got my ugly mug staring back at you when you go into my photos. So April 4th, holy cow. This was 3 weeks ago. We were in Marble Canyon, Arizona. I can map this out for you over on maps because right now we're in Vegas. And over these past 3 weeks, we went from first being up here in Marble Canyon, right up in this area right here. We went through Page, did some things that I'll show you. After Page, we went up to Kanab, which is somewhere in southern Utah, right here, for a week because I had a disc golf tournament there because I've been getting super into disc golf. If any of you guys want to play disc golf and I'm coming into your area, definitely let me know. After Kanab, we went up to Zion for a day. Then we went over into southern Utah and did a couple things over there, some stuff all the way up here, and then came all the way back down to Vegas, where we came last week, and we've just been hanging out in this area. But let me show you some of those cool things that we've been doing before we get into where this is going to go. So Marble Canyon, super, super gorgeous. As you can see here, hiked down into these ravines. This is so pretty. Holy cow. We went down and inside the canyon, there were just these cars that were just chilling. Don't know what the frick they were doing. Next day, leaving there, we went up to Page and crossed across Navajo Bridge, where we got to walk, which is a pretty famous bridge, goes over the Colorado River, because where we are, Marble Canyon, Page area, that's pretty much the start of the Grand Canyon. This is what the Colorado River had carved as it continued flowing from Page down through where it is, and then a little bit north of Flagstaff. We were there the week before. After that, we went straight here into Lake... Which lake is this? Lake Powell. The water is super receded, but we were luckily able to actually get a swim in, so that was pretty cool. Right down in that area. And the same day, we actually went over to Horseshoe Bend, which is something that you've probably heard of before. Pretty famous up in northeastern Arizona. Super pretty. Obviously, some quick videos because I've been playing disc golf so much. There's a really pretty course over there in Page that I was able to play around sunset. And the next day, on our drive from Marble Canyon area, Page, to Kanab, we stopped at something called the Toadstools, which was a pretty simple, just like 1 mile loop. We were able to see kind of these really weird rock structures that are called toadstools, and apparently they're all across the southwestern U.S. And as you can see here, the beginnings of why I might have a mustache now. Getting to be a bushier beard. Then we got to Kanab, did some hikes in between the time that I was waiting for my disc golf tournament, because we were there for like 3 or 4 days before. Should have been working, wasn't working. Saw some dinosaur tracks, which was super cool. Then we went and saw some sand caves in the same area. Super cool. Very random things to be there, but sand caves were sweet. Cool, pretty picture. Follow us on Instagram, my Instagram, the Instagram for our travels. Definitely go check those out. And then I had my first disc golf tournament that I played in, which I was super stoked about. Didn't play super well. Was kind of middle of the pack in my division. Not super happy, but most of that was because if you look at how freaking windy it was just absolutely insane. The amount of wind was wild, like just ripping. Then we left and went to Zion because we had Angels Landing permits the day after my doubles tournament, which I actually ended up winning with a partner that I just met, James. What's up if you're watching this? And we hiked Angels Landing. We did it way faster than we thought because we woke up a little bit later than what our permit time was for, and we didn't think that we'd be able to get there in time, and luckily we were able to make it because our permit was from 9 to 12. As you can see, the top here, it's 10:37 a.m., and she's checking us in, and we're going all the way up these mountains. Pretty much just sprints it up it, but Angels Landing is so cool because you have all these little chains that you have to go up, and luckily because they're doing permitting now, it's not as busy, so it's not as scary because it used to be just people there who were like yanking on the chains. If you can hear something in the back, I think we're parked up against a tree. It always sounds like someone's trying to like break into our van when that happens, but so pretty being here in Angels Landing. And once we get all the way up there, man, shut up. This is the view. I don't even think this is the final view, but it's just, if you're ever in southwestern United States, please go to the national parks. They're so great. And we finally made it, and here is the view from the very top. So I haven't been doing nothing. All that was 1 week. That brings us to April 11th, which is 2 weeks ago, which is when we did Angels Landing. Found some disc golf discs while playing disc golf, hit them for some people, and then I was in Cedar City, and this is where I played my next tournament. I actually did terrible the first round, like literally one of the worst rounds I ever played. Second round, I shot a 992 rated round, which if you know disc golf is very, very good. But I ended up third at that one after being 11th after the first round, so not too sad about that. The day after, we went straight over to Las Vegas, parked with a bunch of van friends, and we did kind of like an Easter dinner together with a bunch of our van people. And then this day, as you can see, Tuesday, I actually started to get a little bit of work done. A little bit of work though. I actually ended up, I did kind of a day in the life because I wanted to do a lot of the maintenance work, because my thought process was if I do all this maintenance work, I'm going to feel more like doing all of the work that I need to do, because my work tends to be very like time intensive. It either is making a full video, which can take anywhere from like 2 to 8 hours. The other thing is doing reselling, which obviously takes a lot of time as well. But I did a day in the life video that should be coming out here maybe this week, maybe next week. But then the mustache thing, Wednesday, 4 days ago. This was my beard. I went to go and trim my beard off, and in the middle of trimming my beard, my razor died. So, well, it didn't die, but it was so dull that I couldn't keep trimming. It could only completely take stuff off, so I had to take everything off, and now I look like Inigo Montoya. So that's that. Big yikes. Carissa said something funny yesterday. She was like, I was playing some disc golf with some people. She's like, you know, these people are only ever going to know you as the mustache guy. I was like, that's true, and very sad at the same time. Then we were in Vegas. Mostly, we wanted to book on our trip because on Saturday, I had a Hassan Minhaj show that I went and watched, and so that was really cool. A comedy performer. Really like him a lot. And so we were downtown Vegas. One of my cousins was here, so we got to hang out with her and her husband. Saw the show, gambled away like $40, which is not the end of the world. That's why I play the 8-cent slots, because I'm a freaking cheapo. And then we got some McDonald's ending off the night, because that's what you have to do after you get too many free drinks in a casino. Then yesterday, I went and played some more disc golf. Got my first ace, which was dope. And there's my goob of a self. I freaking look like Mario, dude. And that brings us to today. Moving forward, I need to do things differently. And what doing things differently means is honestly kind of going back to how I used to do things. If you've been here for a really long time on the channel, like before probably most of you guys, like before probably like 85-90% of you guys have been here, you know that I did a lot of content around personal finance. I was super passionate about that. And that is something that I think is super important, because if you don't have your personal finances in order or know how to manage money, you can make all the money in the world and it won't do you really any good because you'll just blow it. I think that's important, but that's not what a lot of people want to hear. And I've even noticed that when I posted videos about savings accounts, where they get a third of the normal views that I get on all my other videos. But all my other videos were reselling videos, which is how I made a lot of my channel. And I really do enjoy reselling, even though I haven't been doing it a lot. And I've had a lot of excuses for it, but really what comes down to the future of this channel is kind of going back to the basics of what I had been doing as I got monetized here. Doing a lot of videos about sourcing and shipping stuff into Amazon. Doing Amazon had been kind of the backbone of how I did work, and that's one of the easier things to just go and do. YouTube is a very creative thing. Amazon is much more of an analytical and numbers thing. As long as I can get into a store, I know I can find profit. I have the tools and the know-how to do that because I'm doing it for so long that like it's just gonna happen. Whereas creating YouTube content, it takes a lot of energy to do that because I have to think of things, I have to make it interesting and creative, I have to edit videos, normally a lot more than I'm gonna edit this one because I just need to get this video up and get the ball rolling back on YouTube. But as I started making more money from YouTube and it was supplementing all that I needed to make from Amazon, I stopped doing Amazon as much because the real purpose of why I ended up getting into Amazon in the first place was to do YouTube. And kind of cyclically now, in order to do YouTube really well, I have to get back into doing a lot more Amazon. The simple reason for this is it's a lot harder to make videos that are just like informational based and tutorial stuff because not as many people are interested in that. There's not as clear of a story. Whereas if I go shopping and then I ship that in, it's a very easy story to follow. It's much more interesting and I can deliver a lot of the same quality of content in a much more entertaining way. So that's why moving forward, I'm going to be doing a lot more of that type of content. Even though I don't necessarily need to make the money from Amazon, it wouldn't be bad to make the money from Amazon. And I know that that's what a lot of you guys are interested in. So if you have any videos that aren't Amazon related, definitely let me know. But specifically like challenges, like sourcing challenges, different things like that, let me know what you guys want to see because that's stuff that I'm definitely going to start making. But that all starts with getting the shipment in the back of my van off to Amazon. I think too I'm going to be doing a lot more like day in the life stuff and just like vlogging my life and my thoughts. So if you're interested in that, definitely subscribe, stick around. Otherwise you can watch these other videos that I put in the corners. I don't even really know what to post, so I'm going to let YouTube choose those guys. And two, I'm going to be having a posting schedule here soon. Today's Monday for these first couple weeks because I want to do 3 videos a week, but I also want to have a backlog. I'm going to do Monday, Thursday, until I have about 3 videos done. Then I'll move to Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So let me know what you guys want to see. Please don't make too much fun of me for my stupid mustache. It's already growing in pretty good, and I'll be able to trim everything down to the same length here soon. But I love you guys. Sorry that I haven't been doing super well these past 3 weeks. Should be better here moving forward because I will have a new laptop soon. I'll have some new cameras soon. So be stoked for that. Peace.